Hey folks, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are catching us from. We are extremely excited to be here today. This is BNI Now, and I am your host, Rick Gutierrez, Area Director, Launch Director, and Support Director for the Houston West region. And we have an exciting show for you today. But prior to getting started on the show, we want to tell all the new viewers and listeners about BNI. BNI is the world's largest referral organization in the world. So we've got presence in over 70 countries. We've got over 260,000 members, over 9,000 chapters that are doing amazing things, referring business to each other, supporting each other. All members are helping each other grow their businesses, even through this pandemic. And here's the reason why. In the last few months since COVID, we have launched 17 chapters across the United States, and this has been done virtually. We have chapters here locally that have doubled in size membership count since COVID hit, doing virtual meetings. So it's an exciting time to be a part of BNI and a creative way to use your marketing dollars in a more effective way. So that's a little bit about BNI for all of our new viewers and listeners. And we also do want to thank, more than anything, Mr. Tom Siska with Fox News. He's here today doing some interviews, and he's taking some shots right now, so we appreciate Fox News for being here today. And we also want to thank, and if you want to catch us live, we're streaming live on nowmediaradio.com. We couldn't do this show without these guys, so everyone from Juan, Nancy, and Jonathan, everybody that's behind the scenes, behind the cameras, thank you so much for everything, for the support, and continuing to support BNI and all of its members. So we want to go into a little bit of education, an education moment, and I want to talk about one of our core values here within BNI, and that is lifelong learning. So here recently, I got some news that, let me just first tell you, a little over 5 years ago, I decided to be open for growth, and I decided to join BNI not only to help me increase and boost my business sales, but I wanted to develop myself, and BNI has provided that for me. And since then, even though I had no idea that anybody was looking behind the scenes, we have an amazing education platform that helps us grow not only from a professional standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, and also helps us grow our businesses. So little did I know, just yesterday, my son Sebastian, who also turned 18 yesterday, was awarded an award that's only given to 6 students out of the entire school. And that award is Open for Growth. That tells me that without me even making that my objective, the ripple effect that we can have on others when we make a decision to be open for growth and personally develop ourselves using a proven system, education system that has been proven to work for over the last 35 years, it has helped many people, not just only myself. Without even thinking about it, it has helped my son achieve so many things in school, which means for Dad's pocketbook, him winning that award basically means that his tuition for the following year has been completely paid for. So I want to give a big hats off to my son Sebastian, who also turned 18 yesterday, a big milestone. So congratulations to him. And before we go any further, we want to talk to our guests, because this show is dedicated for our members and members only of BNI to come onto the show and talk about their business, not only here, get exposure not only here locally, but nationally and internationally. So without further ado, I want to bring in my first guest, Ranjit, to the show. Welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Tell us all about you. We want to know about your business. We want to know, I know that your chapter knows you very well, because you're there every single week. But now we are going much further than that. So we're going to have about 10, 12 minutes for you and I to discuss about your business. But we also have tons of viewers and listeners. So those visitors and listeners are in that camera right over there. So tell us all about you. We want to hear your commercial.
Sure. My name is Ranjit Makhija. I run my own CPA firm called Makhija CPA LLC.
Okay.
And what I do is a little differently than a lot of other CPAs. I don't believe in just doing your tax returns at the end of the year. I believe in having ongoing communication with my clients throughout the year, because a lot of people don't know about a lot of the different tax advantages you have. But you need to know about that throughout the year, instead of just like, in February I got to worry about my taxes that I've done in the prior year. So what I do differently is I do the bookkeeping, tax planning, and the tax returns throughout the whole year. So I manage through that and make sure of that. So I basically, another big advantage of a lot of people don't know about is like a Section 179, is that if you're a heavy industry or if you have a business and you need equipment, You buy equipment, and you have profit. You can actually buy equipment and actually use Section 179 to reduce your taxes, and you have that equipment. And so it's basically, but you need to know about this like in November. You need to know what's going on. So that's what is an advantage having a CPA on board.
Wonderful. So how long have you guys been in business?
I've been in business actually relatively new. I started in October of 2019.
Okay.
And which was very interesting because during that whole global pandemic, I was able to shift my firm into a different aspect to more virtual, and actually did a lot better because we be able to meet a lot more clients and be able to go through a lot more processes all virtually now.
So that's wonderful. So since 2019, you said October 2019, what other experience do you have prior to launching your business?
I've been in the auditing world for a couple of years. I was in audit for a number of CPA firms, and I've also been in the fracking industry for a year or so.
So it goes way beyond just, the last year that you've had your own business. You've
Yes.
been in business, in the industry per se.
Yeah,
much
8 or
longer
9
than that.
years, yes.
Wonderful. So one of the things that kind of stuck out to me while I was listening to you is, correct me if I'm wrong, but in my own words, it would be the level of customer service that you provide to your clients is what I'd say would set you apart from everyone else. Listening to them, being very attention to detail in everything that they do. So tell me a little bit about, or tell us a little bit about the level of customer service that you provide that sets you guys apart.
What sets my firm apart different from a lot of other CPAs, if you've noticed, a lot of clients I've always talked to, their biggest complaint they have with their CPA is the lack of communication. So what I'm very keen on is if you send me an email, I will respond with you in 24 hours. If it's not late in the day, I try to respond to you within that very day. And if you give me a phone call, I will answer. If I don't answer it, I will give you a call back either that day or the next morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like to be that early communications. And that's what I've seen the CPA firms that succeed. That's what they do. They actually are the most communicative. If you send an email and you don't get a response in 2 weeks, well, that question becomes null and void because it's already past that 2 weeks where you don't really need the answer anymore.
So that level of customer service, nowadays with so much technology, we know when we get a notification just about everywhere now. It vibrates on our wrist, it vibrates on our phones. We get a notification right away. So being able to, and the thing is that our clients know, because when we meet with them now virtually or whatnot, a lot of clients are paying attention, right?
Yes.
So they'll notice, whether you are wearing a watch that can provide you with those notifications. And if you don't return that call in a timely fashion, it's as simple as them deciding to go with another firm, right?
That's true.
So with that being said, the level of communication that we provide for our clients needs to be above and beyond what they are accustomed to or what they have been accustomed to, right? So what has, let's go into we talked about your business. I want to know about your absolute best referral. Who is your ideal referral?
My ideal referral is a small business owner, either from 1 to even like 10 employees. And basically on that small client, maybe they've kept their books up well, maybe they haven't, but they need to figure out to get everything organized and need some good tax planning. It's like to figure out if they have kids. Well, you can put your kids on payroll, and there's actually some tax advantages by putting your kids to work. You could say for your kids' retirement. Not retirement, for their college fund.
Right.
And so and also maybe have a good set of income. Maybe if they are an LLC, maybe it's a good idea to convert over to an S Corp. And there's some great tax advantages if you've not heard of converting over to an S Corp if you are profitable. So my best clients are usually they're profitable, at least $80,000 or $90,000 worth of profitability on net income. And I can basically work with that, and I can help them out to reduce their taxes and figure out different ways they can actually expand even further.
Right. What about new business owners starting a business? Would that be an ideal client for you as well?
Yes, I do offer a lot of the new businesses like that first consultation. I can give them free advice for the first hour, and then we can have even further discussion. What is a proper structure? Because I've noticed some businesses, they may have been in business for 1 or 2 years, but they set themselves up as a C Corp. And if you set themselves as a C Corp, which is an interesting tax thing, is that a lot of businesses do fail. And that's even the most successful people had failed businesses.
Right.
If they fail as a C Corp, all those losses stay with the corporation. You can't take advantage of any of those items on your personal. So people make that mistake. Oh, let's just create a C Corp because that's what I believe. So it's a good idea to talk to me or any other CPA and give them ideas like what things you need to create.
Right. So that's pretty amazing, and I definitely do appreciate you having this one-to-one with me and educating me more about your business. It's extremely interesting. Not only that, but now I am educated on what it is that you do, so that I can better refer you some business. So let's talk about your BNI chapter. You are a member of BNI Energy Corridor.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been a member?
I've been a member since January of 2020.
All right. So you came in. You had like maybe one or two, maybe a handful of in-person meetings.
And then it went all virtual. It wasn't planned that way. I was like, okay, wow, that was quick.
So how did you hear about BNI?
I was actually just looking through. I was watching some other YouTube channels about people starting up their own firm. What is a good way to start some networking and starting your business? And BNI came up, and I was like, okay, let's go to one of those meetings. And I really enjoyed it. And it was really great for people just starting out their own business, because that's how I got my first couple of clients, is through BNI.
Yeah. So tell me, in your, 8 months of, membership with your Energy Corridor chapter, what has your experience been like?
It's been great. Basically, starting your own business, you're also like sort of nervous because you're not sure what you're doing. You need to also miss that time with your colleagues of like talking about stuff. When you have the BNI, you have that little bit of a family of understanding, okay, one, you're in business, you're doing business together, but also maybe you need some questions to bounce off of, like you see them so often. So it's basically that good family orientation that you have with BNI, because we're all business people, and business people understand other business people better. It's like we understand the risk, we understand the hard work, we understand that you're not making millions of dollars. A lot of times you're just helping, just trying to pay the mortgage.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I was just talking about on the interview with Fox News, is that all chapters have this culture of a family feel, to where all the members are trying to help each other, right? And how they can refer business to each other by just being educated on how and what is the best referral for that member. So, tell us tell our viewers how they can get in touch with you for your services, your products and services. So we want to know about your website, phone number, email address, all that stuff.
Sure. If you guys ever wanted to talk to me, you can always give me a call at a phone number 713-258-0196. Also, you can email me at Ranjit, RANJIT, at makh-accounting.com. Also, you can check my website as makh-accounting.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So I know that some viewers are going to be interested in BNI Energy Corridor, which is an amazing chapter. I hear nothing but great things. How can they get an invitation to attend one of your virtual meetings?
Oh, well, you can go through the BNI website, and you look through it for our firm, and look for our chapter. Yeah. And then basically, or you can email me and say, hey, I'm curious about like joining the group, or at least visiting, and we can definitely invite you through.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the other ways that people can find your chapter is going to our regional website, which is bnihouston.com.
Okay.
And there is a find a meeting tab on there. They can click on that. Then after that, there is a chapter directory button. Once you click on that chapter directory, all chapters are going to appear on there. And you can refine them by the area of town. You can refine them by the day that they meet or the time that they meet. So select the one that you like to visit. But right now, we'd like to invite you to visit Energy Corridor to their meetings, because they're an amazing chapter, and they've got the contact information there. There is a little red button that says visit this chapter. And so once you register, either the president or the visitor host committee will reach out and send you the link for the Zoom meeting. And so we are extremely grateful that you were here today and educate us on your business and taking the time to be on here. And, big surprise that on the day that you come, also Fox News is here. So you get a double whammy.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, be on the news.
So kudos to you. Thank you again for coming by. And so we appreciate you. And hopefully we'll do this again soon.
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to go take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back with our second guest. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is BNI Now.
Graphic design, banners, brochures, business cards, posters, any printing you need for your company's branding, Priority Printing SS is your solution. With more than 30 years of experience, Priority Printing SS has been the preferred solution for hundreds of companies for any printed materials. At Priority Printing SS, they believe in listening to you, bringing you creative ideas to effective results. Your printed materials talk about your company. Make sure they open the door for you. Trust your printed materials to the experts. Call Priority Printing SS at 713-575-9800 and let Priority Printing SS handle with ease all your printing needs.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hey folks, we are back. Thank you for tuning in, and we've got our second guest here. We couldn't be more proud than to have someone who just told me what they go by, and so I like it when people kind of put little taglines behind their name because it just always makes it fun. But we've got Miss Jocelyn Dean, the insurance machine. Hi. I love that. Thank you for putting that together and telling me about it, because now we're going to even make this even more interesting. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Jocelyn Dean, the health insurance machine.
Well, it's a great honor to have you here. I know that you've been scheduled now for a little while, and so let me do me a favor and scoot up a little bit so that you can get closer to the microphone. We can hear your voice, and everybody can hear your voice. So again, thank you for coming to the show. You've been waiting on a little while because my schedule got filled up pretty quickly, but it's finally here. The day is here. It's your time to shine. So we want to know all about Jocelyn Dean, the insurance machine. So our viewers are right over there on that camera. So tell us all about your business. Tell us your commercial.
Okay. So I am a health insurance advisor, and I help individuals, families, and small businesses find the best health insurance plan to fit their needs and budget. I really focus on the under 65 market. I don't really focus on Medicare. And I pride myself in spending a lot of time with my prospects and showing them all of the options available and then helping them choose the right option for them, because there's a lot of options out there. And I'm also available to my clients 24/7. I'm always available by email, text, phone call. So
that's awesome. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. So, one of the things that we always like to know about each member that comes onto the show is your ideal referral. So tell us, in BNI, we want to be as specific, because being specific is terrific. So tell us about, who's a good referral for you?
Well, obviously anyone paying for their own insurance. But also, right now, a lot of people are being laid off or furloughed, and they really think their only option is COBRA, and that's not. There's many options available, and I can help them find the best option. Sometimes it is COBRA, but a lot of times there's other options to help them get better benefits and maybe save some money. But any individuals or families or small businesses. Just right now, I'm focusing on that market. Also, open enrollment's coming up. And so that's when anyone who's on a government plan has to get a new plan. And so I can help out with that as well.
Yeah, so my next two questions, you actually answered them already, because I was going to ask you whether a good referral for you would be someone who had been laid off and, on COBRA,
Yes.
which my understanding is like 2-3 times more expensive than anything else out there. So it's
It
definitely worthwhile having a conversation with you to,
Yes.
To reduce that cost. And, open enrollment, I know you mentioned open enrollment, but a lot of people forget it's not the first thing that they have on their mind, so they don't really remember when open enrollment. Maybe there's some changes that they need to be, or they need to add or take away, or maybe even change a plan. So when does open enrollment, begin?
Open enrollment runs November 1st to December 15th. And we're expecting a lot of changes this year with everything that's going on. And so please reach out to me and let me just help you find the best plan, because it's very, very confusing. It's sometimes confusing to me, and I'm an expert in the area. So reach out to me and let me help you find the best plan for you, because if you choose the wrong plan, you're stuck with it for the whole year.
Right.
So we don't want that to happen.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your background, as far as how long have you been in the insurance field?
I've been in the insurance field for about 4 years now, maybe a little over 4 years.
Okay.
It was something new to me, but I love it. My passion is helping others, and that's what I get to do every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why you are a great fit for BNI, because the passion of helping others and being of service to others. Seeing others grow is, very gratifying, to others, to see them, their business thrive and get the referrals to where they can close, thousands of dollars worth of business. So in the insurance world, there are so many products, right?
Yes.
Some that you can probably even not think about right now, but unless you do the research for a client. But, what are some of the most popular products that you are seeing members, or not members, your clients going from, let's say, for example, a COBRA program to what are they going to?
There's a bunch of different options, which is the other reason you want to talk to an expert, because you don't want to get sold something that's not going to be there for you when you need it.
Yeah, sure.
There's some private options available. There's obviously the government plans, the Obamacare plans, but there's also some short-term plans, some indemnity plans, some faith-based sharing plans. So there's a lot
I'm sure you can just go
there.
on and on with the list.
Yes.
So that's amazing. But I also heard you say a little while ago that you are available to your clients 24/7.
I am.
So that is a significant amount of dedication, to your clients, because you just never know how urgent their call may be, right?
Yes.
They may have a situation and then they need an answer right away. And I happen to think, and you may agree with this, is that, as I was talking to Ranjit a minute ago, is the level of customer service that we provide. And correct me if I'm wrong, that there is hundreds, if not thousands, of people that do what we do.
Yes.
So what sets us apart is the attention to detail and the level of service that we provide for our clients. So aside from you being 24/7 available to your clients, tell us a little bit about what you do for your clients, to make them feel like they found the right person, the right agent to work with.
That's actually very easy. So like I already said, I really enjoy helping people and doing what's right. And so a lot of agents don't spend time to educate and get to know their clients. So I really get to know everything about their situation, what's going on with them, and then giving them some options. And I'm super honest. If they have something better, I'm not going to tell them to switch. So I really spend a lot of time with them and help them out. Even if it's something that I can't sell them, that I'm still going to help them, and I'm going to be there for them later on.
Okay.
So if someone's not my client, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to help them out, because like I said before, insurance is confusing, and a lot of people just need someone to help them explain.
Trust me, insurance is confusing for me in itself, so I don't deal with it. So tell us about BNI West Houston. I mean, that's a chapter that you are a founding member of, something to be very proud of.
I am, and so we are BNI West Houston. We are the happy hour chapter.
Okay.
We meet at 3:30 on Wednesdays. Now we're online, we're on Zoom, but
still be a
typically
happy hour.
it's still happy hour on our own, but we're usually happy hour at La Finca. But this week is amazing. So we have a Visitors Day this
Nice.
Wednesday, and we're really, really excited about it. We are going to have some giveaways and some prizes,
Nice.
and we have a lot of fun together. So you'll meet some amazing people, and you'll have fun, and we would love for you guys to come join us.
Yeah, that's so. West Houston is a more of a recent chapter, right? How long has when did it charter?
It's only been about a year. We're
Yeah.
pretty new, but we're already over 30 members. So.
I remember Kitty and James.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about West Houston, what an amazing chapter it is, and so growing to now 30 members. That's pretty incredible,
Yeah.
for such a young chapter. So. BNI West Houston has obviously a lot of chairs that are still available, for you guys to join, right? For you guys to have members join. What are some of the most popular chairs that are still open that you guys need filled?
We are looking for any attorneys, especially family law, commercial insurance. We are looking for any party plan,
Okay.
those seats.
Event planners?
Event
What
planners,
about
caterers.
Health and wellness, like chiropractors?
Yes, chiropractors, dentists,
Yeah.
any type of doctors.
Yeah,
as
in a situation like that, it's good to think about your power teams and
Right.
what chairs are missing in those power teams, right?
Yeah.
So there's still definitely a lot of chairs that need to be filled. So you guys meet happy hour 3:30 on Wednesdays, and how can someone get invited to your chapter meeting?
Well, you can contact me. My phone number, it's my cell number, is 281-217-6338, and you can call me or text me anytime. And you can also email me at jocelyn.dean@ushadvisors.com. And I'd love to have you guys at the group. We are so fun. We have a great group.
Awesome. So, and you guys, I imagine, are generating tons of referrals and tons of thank you for
We
closed business. So
are.
it's an amazing thing. I was a founding member myself of a happy hour group, so I know how much fun that can be. I had to move on some other things, but I know that being a founder of a chapter is something to be extremely proud of. You get to be of that. When we're launching chapters across the nation, we tell the first, folks that are building the chapter that it's something to be very proud of, because you get to create that culture, that feel of what that chapter is going to be like. So it's a great opportunity for everyone to be a part of BNI at this particular moment, because we have chapters that are existing that have so many chairs that are open, yet we have new chapters that are launching because some of the most popular chairs are taken in every single BNI chapter. So thank you for joining us today. I really do appreciate you coming on. But before we go, I would like to give you an opportunity to tell our viewers how they can get a hold of you. You mentioned their phone number, right?
Yes.
For the Visitors Day this coming
Yes.
Wednesday. But what about your website for your business?
They can actually, I prefer for people to text or call me.
Okay,
So
perfect.
call me at that phone number. You can send me an email as well, but text and just a phone call is the best way to get in touch with me.
Awesome. And then you are available 24/7.
I am
All right. So
available
give us your phone number
24/7.
one more time just to make sure they got it.
It's 281-217-6338.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I really do appreciate you taking the time, come on in all the way out here. We were chatting over email in regards to what time to get here and all that good stuff, but we got it all squared away. And so next time that you come by, because I'm hoping that you come by again and you
will.
register, we'll have even a further discussion about your business and all that good stuff. So thank you again for coming by, and we'll see you next time you come by. All right, folks, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with our third guest, which will be a surprise guest. So don't go away. Stay right there. This is BNI Now.
Hi, this is Alberto Tudela. The Houston metro area has experienced a substantial increase of wind and hail damage, flooding, and other perils in the last 5 years. Now more than ever, it is critical and essential to ensure your company, your property, as well as your family have the right insurance coverage. Tudela Insurance Solutions offers a wide variety of insurance for home, auto, property, as well as life insurance. My goal is to find a tailored option that guarantees the right coverage at the right price, specific to your needs, present and future, so you protect what matters the most. Call me today at 713-714-4475 and allow our team at Tudela Insurance Solutions to make sure you're protected. Accidents never happen when we expect them. Now is the time to ensure you have peace of mind.
Graphic design, banners, brochures, business cards, posters, any printing you need for your company's branding, Priority Printing SS is your solution. With more than 30 years of experience, Priority Printing SS has been the preferred solution for hundreds of companies for any printed materials. At Priority Printing SS, they believe in listening to you, bringing you creative ideas to effective results. Your printed materials talk about your company. Make sure they open the door for you. Trust your printed materials to the experts. Call Priority Printing SS at 713-575-9800 and let Priority Printing SS handle with ease all your printing needs.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The Now Media Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The Now Media Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Hi, I'm Mike Mogel, the CEO of Clean Sweep Office Cleaning. A clean and disinfected space is essential to keeping your customers and your staff healthy, safe, and productive while preventing the spread of COVID-19. Clean Sweep Office Cleaning, with more than 20 years experience in janitorial, restaurant, post-construction, and floor maintenance cleaning. We really make it shine. We are focused on quality cleaning and wellness in our customer spaces. Our team is professionally trained to ensure not a spot is missed, and we use products that are safe for your property and your people. Our services are tailored to your individual needs and include expert floor care, dusting, sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, detailing, glass cleaning, and deep disinfecting. Our experienced team is here to make your office as comfortable and clean as possible. Visit our website at cleansweepofficecleaning.com or call us today at 832-689-7996. Now that's a clean sweep.
Hey folks, we are back. This is BNI Now, and my name is Rick Gutierrez, your host. And when I told you that we were going to have a mystery guest, it actually being more than one, to my surprise, but I have the distinct honor and pleasure to have not only the president, but CFO and vice president and secretary and all the great stuff that you can possibly think of, every position that you can think of, the owner of Now Media Radio, Mr. Juan Guevara.
Hello. First of all, congratulations on your interview with Fox News.
Well, thank you very much.
You did good. We were discussing this off air. Rick was a little bit,
as nervous as always.
A little tight. A little tight today.
A little is to put it lightly.
Well, no. He did good. He actually did very good. I was actually impressed. But he could move the chair around, actually, because he was a little bit tight. But congratulations to you and the work that you've done for this show, because believe me, Fox News doesn't look at any shows. They look at BNI Now. And I think they look at you. They thought you were doing great things.
I think it's needless to say that recognition needs to be, given where credit is due. So this could not be possible without Now Media Radio. So you've had a great amount of, to do with, this show being now here live. And
at least I sent them your picture. And they said, I want that guy.
No,
that's it.
Trust me, it wasn't just my picture. What it was is that we just had a one conversation, which is no different when we're launching a chapter. We have a one conversation with a couple of people over coffee or something, and something amazing gets created by just having a conversation. And that's the way that we created this show, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. And to tell the truth is, I'm very happy.
Maybe a drink involved?
Actually, no. There were empanadas involved, I think.
Okay. Well, that's basically the same.
I didn't say what type of drink. It was, something.
We were having water. But, the most important thing for us is we've done, I think, an amazing product, which is BNI Now. We're being watched over 300,000 people. This show is being watched in multiple countries. Mm-hmm. We receive constantly, greetings from Mexico, the United States, some other countries.
Yeah, last
Spain.
week we had someone watching from Norway.
Norway, yes, actually Baker Hughes, and Baker Hughes is huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been watched by a lot of BNI members and non-BNI members. Actually, today, because of this show, we just signed up the first hemp company in Texas, which I think it's awesome. Bayou City just signed up today to be actually one of our BNI members. Regretfully, is not going to be one of my chapter members because we're Latinos. But at the end of the day, the fact that we're growing the community and everything that we're doing with BNI Now, and honestly, to tell the truth, is when I discussed this with Tom Siska at Fox News, one of the things that I've actually told him was, BNI is no joke. Through the pandemic, we were able to generate $9 billion in businesses.
Yeah, year to date,
$9 billion in businesses. That's not an easy thing to say.
Not during today's
your chapter. How was your chapter? $1 million and change?
We just blew past our goal for the year. Actually, we did over 1.2 million. We're on our way to 1.3. We still have, I want to say, 3 weeks to go. So things are looking good for us to hit 1.3.
And so just to have a proper introduction, why don't you introduce yourself since you're so good at it?
My name's Alberto Tudela, and
Alberto Tudela.
Alberto Tudela.
Okay.
Alberto Tudela. Depending on what language you're talking. So either way. And I represent our chapter, BNI Latino. I'm also the host for the Spanish version of this show, which has gone incredibly well on our end as well. We've been growing the Spanish-speaking side of BNI now for, I want to say, a little over a year. Now we've got 3 chapters. And I know that there's a lot of interest for additional chapters. I know that now that we've exported from Houston, and now I think we have a chapter forming in Miami. Mm-hmm. Nice. There's a chapter forming in San Antonio.
North Carolina.
I think we're in North Carolina. So hopefully within the next year or two, we'll have 20, 30 chapters in Spanish all across the United States.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely a great market. We are probably the second largest minority at this point. I know that it's been always very close, but I'm not sure if we've become the second largest or on the cusp. But, it's a market that needs to be explored and that needs to be taken care of. So it's
definitely does need to be explored, because just over a year and a half ago when we started the first Latino chapter, I mean, you talk about BNI being a global organization with presence in over 70 countries and over 9,000 chapters. But in the United States, as of a year and a half ago, more than 3,700 chapters, all in English. Not one in Spanish.
I know.
So
That's sad.
we did something that is extremely special, and that you guys need to be extremely proud of, because
I think somebody lost a bet.
who's lost the bet?
Didn't you tell me about the story of the bet that, hey, that's not going to work, and then at the end it worked?
Oh yeah, I have a bet with our very own founder, Mr. Dr. Ivan Meisner. We have a little bet that chapters would not be as successful, and I think we're proving that to be.
Not only that, right.
So what was the bet? You got to say what the bet was.
It's something
now.
very silly. We were just having a conversation. I met Dr. Meisner at an event that we were having before COVID in Dallas, and the thing of it is that when you build chapters either in different languages or things like that, chapters are already chair specific, right? There's only one member per profession, right? So if you take that further and you narrow it down to a specific language, then you're narrowing that possibility of success even further, right? So, but we're doing something totally different. We are making it happen and making it work because we have interests all over the nation for these new Latino chapters. So Houston, and let's go back and talk about BNI and the global presence and how diverse BNI is, right? So prior to a year and a half ago, all chapters were in English. So the city of Houston, we are leading the way in diversity within BNI because we're bringing now 3 chapters that are completely run in Spanish.
Right.
And it's going to be really interesting to see. I heard Mr. Steve Tenuso, our marketing coordinator for the U.S., mention it's going to be interesting to see what the next 5 or 10 years look like in BNI and in the United States, because you're talking about multiple chapters in multiple languages. We're opening the doors for so many business owners in different languages to where they feel more comfortable. And that's one of the reasons why we started this Latino chapters, for folks to feel comfortable in their own language. Right?
There you go. Look at Jonathan, just got it.
Yeah, so the racial profile of the U.S. in population was that for 2045.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Wow. 24.6 Hispanic.
We are way in the lead as far as the largest
I know.
minority.
So
it's a quarter of. One person out of 4 is actually Hispanic. So that's why we need to have a BNI Latino chapters and
in every city.
And Dr. Meisner, I have to tell you this: the reason why BNI is going to be on Fox News tonight is because of the Latino chapters.
Yep. So we've got a good connection, needless to say.
Well,
you were looking good.
And then the other thing is, we're not talking about being specifically Latino, right? We're talking about being inclusive. So we're talking
That's a very important thing.
Including the Latino market within the Anglo market. We're not looking to separate things. We're not looking to say, well, this is completely separate. This is all part of the same same pie. Okay, so we most of our members are perfectly bilingual. Certainly, a lot of my business is conducted in English, the majority of it actually. But we wanted to do something special to reach out to maybe that market that maybe felt a little more comfortable speaking in Spanish, or in those cases where they don't speak in English, to be able to serve them as well.
And that is very true, because not only because the chapter meeting is run in Spanish, but it's still a 20-point agenda. I mean, it's still
the same agenda.
It's the same agenda that's used across the world. And we've had chapter members from all over the world visit the Latino chapters, right?
That's true. And this is very important. We as BNI, and I've said that is the same case of Now Media. Now Media has a true commitment to givers gain. And that's something that actually resonated with BNI. But also, one of the main things that we want to achieve in BNI, especially on the chapters, is what you just said. We need to set an example of how inclusive we are. The only reason why we don't accept members if they're not the top, the best of the best on their profession. But it doesn't matter the color of their skin. It doesn't matter their faith. It doesn't matter anything. What really matters is that they're the best of the best in what they do, and that they actually identify themselves with our core values. And I think in this country, we need to set that example with so much divisiveness that we've seen in recent years. I was actually on the radio, nationwide radio this morning, and one of the things that the reporter asked me, hey, how do you feel about living in the United States as an Hispanic person, is I said, well, I've never felt the country so divided. And I think BNI and the way we conduct business in BNI, it's very funny because every Friday here is a very diverse group that come to your show. And it's actually pretty cool to see that we are actually building businesses together. It doesn't matter who they are. What it actually matters is the fact that they're the very best in what they do.
Yeah. I was going to bring up that, as far as diversity and, from here in the United States to all over the world, one of our area directors, Becky Ford, posted a picture on Facebook when she was attending an online meeting for a chapter in Africa, which she said it was totally amazing to see, that same 20-point agenda being used
in
across
Afrikaans.
the world, and the culture that chapter has. I mean, she picked up a couple of, little bits of, education and things on how they do things and whatnot, even though it's still the 20-point agenda, but every chapter runs it, slightly different and whatnot. So they have their own little way of doing things. But that is now on my schedule to visit at least once per month a chapter meeting in a different country.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it's something that
There's
we
plenty
need.
to choose from too.
There's
right?
plenty.
72 countries.
Yeah, there's over 9,000 chapters to choose from. So it's definitely a great opportunity and you never know. You never know where that referral that's going to change your life may come from.
Well, we had a case on our meeting just yesterday. Somebody came in from Spain, from Rioja. They have a wine that they're trying to export into the United States. One of our members happens to know a distributor in Miami. Couple calls, and they're already working together. So it can be that
That's
simple.
awesome.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. That one referral that could potentially change your world. Just by
I
being
agree
a
with
member.
that. The most important thing here is and it's very funny because one of our affiliates in Mexico actually are looking forward to see if they can get more involved with these type of shows. I think we're setting a precedent here. I believe that what we're doing in Houston under your leadership, it's pretty awesome. I miss James Cooper. I thought he was going to be here.
Yeah.
Bad boy,
So,
James. He was going to be
he
here.
owes us one, that's for sure.
Right. Well, he's going to pay for the empanadas next time.
No, for sure. And needless to say that, all of this work that's being done, it does not happen by just one person. It takes a village. It takes quite a bit of people to be on the same page for the same mission, the same goals, the same vision, and, to execute the exact same the results that everyone's looking for. So with that being said, we cannot go on without, you guys introducing your businesses. Tell us what it is that you do.
Just start.
I want to know, and our
Can
viewers
we get
wanna
Alberto
know.
Tudela's now media business card, Jonathan,
Yeah.
please?
So
there you go.
we wanna
If you
know.
haven't seen it enough, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
it's aired all the time.
We
I
don't
think you
see
got
it enough.
referrals out of your video business card.
We don't see it enough,
Just
so
a
that's why we
couple.
got to play it again.
So we need to see. You know what Tom told me? Like, yeah, I know that girl. Rick's company is like, yeah, it's Michelle. Obviously, they work together.
Yeah.
So
Years ago.
and it's very funny because one of the things, the last person to say goodbye or the sign off of Michelle Merhar was Tom Siska.
Oh wow.
So the last time they were
should
on
know
air
her.
together, yeah, they actually I was there when that happened. But the main thing is, go ahead. There you go. So that's
There you go. Tudela Insurance
Alberto Tudela.
Solutions.
There. See, I'm
Man,
telling you,
I'm gonna
should.
be
I
like
don't know
you
how
when
you
I
do
grow
That
that.
was done via helicopter. It's very windy
Via drone.
that day.
Did you knock down that tree?
Basically, no. My name's Alberto Tudela. I own an insurance agency here locally. We're based right between Bel Air and Westview area on Bel Air Boulevard, and we do insurance. Basically any kind of insurance. Our real specialty is personal lines insurance. So everything that has to do with your personal property, your cars, your home. If you're a renter, your renter's insurance, condos, investment properties, and everything in between. And the way we do it is a little different. I like to think we put our customers first in the sense that we do a review of what they really, really need. So we do an assessment of what they've got. We do an assessment of what they really need and what their risks are, which aren't always as plain to see for somebody that's not in the industry. We explain that to them as best we can, and then move forward, hopefully, with being able to take care of them and hold their hands basically through any kind of event that they might have to go through. So that goes all the way back to Harvey, any kind of catastrophic event, to your smallest fender bender with your car. We take all our claims in the office. We like to have that personal service, that personal touch, And that's what really sets us apart from pretty much everybody else.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we want to do these commercials is to educate all of the members as to what it is that you do,
Right.
right? So just by listening to your commercial right now, even though I know it by heart, but it reminded me that I actually have a referral for you.
Oh,
and
great.
as soon as we we finish this show, I need to use my BNI Connect mobile app to send you that referral. And he's someone who is not satisfied with the level of customer service that he's currently receiving. And I
From
know
somebody else.
your top level of customer service and your team's level of service is just you're gonna get that
He
business.
might be sick of hearing from us, actually. That might happen.
But
He's
you know
like,
what?
"Don't call me anymore."
But that's great with an insurance agent. See, the one of the things that we need to tell people about the BNI members is the fact that they really care. And I can tell you, my insurance is up in October. I already told you that I need you to transfer me from where it is, which they only talk to you when the policy is about to renew. You know, there is if that, and we don't want that. What we want to do is our insurance agent needs to be part. You need to talk to your CPA. You need to talk to your insurance agent. You need to talk to your doctor. You need to talk to your lawyer on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean,
Financial advisor.
it's just that people that you need to be in contact with.
Yeah. So we're about to wrap up the show, but I don't want to wrap up the show without you giving us an opportunity to understand what does Now Media Radio do?
Well, Now Media Radio, it's part of Now Media Holdings, and essentially the Now Media Group has the thing that we're promoting on BNI is the Now Media Video Business Card, and we are very happy about that product. It's a product that it has been in the making for the last 4 years, and it is a powerful marketing tool that will bring 45 to 60% increase on lead generation.
Yeah.
And we use talent from Fox News, we use talent from Univision, we use talent that has been on television before to be able to endorse your product.
Yeah.
Except when you have somebody, as cute as, who this
Alberto.
is, Alberto Tudela, which, how that's the way it works.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. So all of the video business cards that are playing on the commercials throughout this show and the Spanish show are BNI members.
That's
And
correct.
that's the quality of video business cards that they can expect to receive by working with Now Media.
That's correct. Yes, the N is a 60-second commercial that actually you can send out through your smartphone, iPad, and it really works.
You mentioned to me that you can actually embed it into your invoices.
You can embed it into your invoices. You
Your
can embed
emails.
it your emails. You can embed it now into the BNI Connect app. Actually, so
Whenever I meet somebody and they say, "What do you do?" I give them my card, and then I also send them a text. It's like, "What's your cell phone? I'm going to send you some information."
and that's the
And
BNI.
it's a hook. They're
Yeah.
not going to forget that. That's
It's a
not
tool.
something that
It's a
everybody
tool.
has.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every single BNI member that comes to the show has the opportunity to talk to Juan and Now Media in regards to their video business cards, which is an amazing tool. All right, folks, we're getting ready to wrap up the show. Any last thoughts that you good-looking gentlemen have?
Congratulations on your first time. I know it was painful, but after that you'll be fine.
It's like I said,
No
the
comment.
first,
No
yeah,
comment.
It's better to leave it that way. No comment. So, any other further thoughts before we go? You guys are
You
content.
guys are
having
going to
us.
be
Thanks for having us
on air at 5:00. I just heard.
I was going to mention that Fox News being here, they're hopefully going to edit all of those
Bloopers.
interviews that they had, the
Blooper viewers.
and hopefully the good stuff will show at 5:00 Central
So
on Fox
specifically
News.
between 5:30 and 5:45, give or take. That's,
Okay.
That's sort of the
Specifically
the
between
specific
5:30 5:45. All right, there you have it, folks. There's another show on the books. I want to thank Ranjit for being on the show, as well as Jocelyn Dean, the insurance machine. I love that tagline.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good of her. But anyways, I also want to thank Alberto Tudela and Juan Guevara for being on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
There was it's not like you guys had a choice. I just pulled you from,
Right, exactly. It's like,
We're always ready to
the
go.
boss is calling. Yeah.
But anyways, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We definitely do appreciate you. Remember that this show is dedicated to our members to further get them exposure, not only locally, but nationally and internationally, to get you some more business. So thank you for tuning in. This is BNI Now, the way the world, what's the tagline? Changing the way the world does business. There you go. You guys make me nervous, man. So anyways, thank you for tuning in. My name is Rick Gutierrez, and we'll catch you next week. Thank you.